Joining us now to discuss the visit of the Polish President Andrzej Duda in China is Martin Šebeňa, Chief Economist from the Central European Institute of Asian Studies. Good morning and welcome to TVP World.
Hello and good morning.
So now, what are your thoughts so far as the trip of the Polish President Andrzej Duda in China continues?
So high-level observation is that I think that there are a couple of items that I would like to mention. First is that we've seen a couple of other statesmen visiting China this year. European statesmen, Olaf Scholz, or currently, very recently, the German Minister Habeck has been in China. Emmanuel Macron came to China. So perhaps it's also effort to raise a Polish statue within the international arena, and perhaps also for himself, for President Duda. It's also interesting to see how the Chinese perceive it. The Chinese, in the reports, they focus mostly on the benefits of economic cooperation. So this is probably what they want to get out of it, and they also have been on a little bit of a charm and offensive. As you mentioned, they offered a visa-free entry to China for Polish citizens to China. But obviously, the elephant of the room, in the room, as it's usually said, is the war in Ukraine and the very different opposing positions that the two countries, Poland and China, have on this issue. There might be a chance that President Duda would like China to play a more constructive role in this conflict. I personally see that as a futile effort, because we've seen China abstaining from the recent peace conference in Switzerland, etc. But also an effort to perhaps for Poland to play a stronger role in the east of Europe.
And now, following your thought, you mentioned also now the visits of other high officials to China. How do you feel like now the relationship of Poland with China compared to other Western countries? Do you feel like Poland, perhaps because it wants to have this kind of a balancing act, do you think that perhaps Poland might have more influence on China, if anything? Do you think that it's possible?
I don't think Poland can have more influence in China than, say, Germany or France, because those are really important partners for China. But Poland can enhance its influence on China by really bringing up those economic issues, because China would like to revive the old 16+1 forum, which is now down to 14, I believe, 14+1. The Chinese were really interested in talking about the Belt and Road Initiative and freight trains going to Poland from China. So if Poland is critical, it's the largest country in Central Eastern Europe, and it's a central country for the 14+1 initiative. So that could be Poland's, say, bargaining chip, a way of increasing influence, or something that Poland can offer to China, right? So I think this is one way. But apart from, and also Poland is one of the larger countries in the European Union. So obviously it is an important partner for China. But I think this is one way, one of the few ways, I guess, that Poland can use to exert any type of influence on China.
So following what you just said, and given Poland's significance in the Belt and Road Initiative, you also mentioned the freight trains that, of course, go with goods from China, of course, via Belarus into Poland, further into the EU. Do you think how and can Poland use this maybe to have China put more pressure on Lukashenko in order for him to stop his hybrid warfare which he is waging on the Polish-Belarusian border?
That is difficult, because, well, Lukashenko has a different set of objectives. I think the Chinese definitely will put pressure on him to be more cooperative with Poland, especially on these economic matters, letting the trains go through and not obstructing the freight trade. But I think it will be very difficult for the Chinese to tell Lukashenko to stop his hybrid wafer, especially when it comes to the refugee or immigrants issue on the border between Belarus and Poland. So I do not think, I think the Chinese may want to tame it down. They want him to tame it down, keep it in check, but I don't think they have enough influence on him to change that, because it's more a strategic, a high-level strategic goal for Belarus to keep engaging in such activities. But I'm sure that the Chinese will at least try to like put limits on that, or make sure that other things do not get disrupted with it. Right? They're really interesting in having those trains travel between the two regions.
So certainly we see more of now Chinese influence, at least in the region, on one way or another. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and thank you for your input and shedding light into the topic.
Thank you very much for having me.